Hi everybody and welcome to Jewell Family Farm. Today I'm going to be making a 7-layer dip. We're going up to my grandson wants us to come up watch the Super Bowl with him. Now I'm not into football myself, but he is and I want to support him, so we're going to go up there and have some food and watch football with him. So stay with us and I hope you enjoy this recipe. Okay, so I have most of my ingredients already out here. And the first thing I'm going to do is you need 1 can of refried beans, or if you have any leftover pinto beans, you can mash those up. We ate all of ours the other day when I made pinto beans, so I didn't have any, so I bought 1 can of refried beans. And to that, I'm going to add 1 block of really softened cream cheese. Okay, so I'm just going to take a fork. I'm just going to try to mash this all up and incorporate everything and get it all mixed up really well. This is kind of hard to mix, so fork works really good. So just mix that until it all gets mixed up. See, that was pretty easy because that cream cheese was really soft. I had to set that on the wood stove for a few minutes to soften up. That worked great. Alright, so just mix it up so it looks like that. Okay. Okay, to this you're going to add 1 package of taco seasoning mix. And that's your preference, whatever kind of taco seasoning mix you want. Mix all that up. Alright, that's probably good enough. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this down in this dish here. So this will be your first layer. Okay, just spread all that out. Try not to make too big of a mess while you're doing it because you want it to look nice when you have it all the layers on here. Alright, so just spread it all out like that. Alright, now on to the next layer. Okay, the next layer is the sour cream. Spread it around as best that you can. Kind of get it up next to the sides a little bit so that you can see the layers through the dish. So that was a whole container that I used, which equals out to about 2 cups. Alright, that's that. So that was a whole container, or what was that? 16 ounces of sour cream. Alright, So the next layer is going to be some guacamole. So you can make your own guacamole, or I bought these here. I bought a chunky and a classic guacamole, and I'm going to mix them together. All right, so I'm just going to mix this up. And I'm going to try to spread this on here. Maybe just drop it in little dollops. Put some up against the side so you can see the layers. This is making me hungry. I haven't had lunch. Hope I can wait to eat this when we get up there tonight. That was just about enough. We're getting there. Alright, so the next thing is the hamburger. I fried up. I didn't have any hamburger, so what I did was I had some ground pork and I just fried that up. And you just sprinkle that on top. You can use ground pork, ground chicken, hamburger, whatever you want to put on yours. I had this in the freezer, and I wasn't going to go to the store to buy a pack of hamburger. I used my hamburger the other day, and I didn't have an extra package. So you can use whichever kind of meat you want to put on yours. You can use shredded meat too if you want to, as long as you chop it up really good, because if you're going to eat this with tortillas, you know, you need to be able to dip it up, you know. So you need to shred your pork up really, really good if you're going to use shredded meat. Okay, so the next thing, we've got the hamburger on, we got the ground pork on there. So the next thing is the salsa. Now I had a little bit of salsa, fresh salsa that I had bought from the grocery store, and there wasn't quite enough of what I thought I needed. So I had some diced tomatoes, and I had some cilantro, and I had some green peppers and onions. So I just mixed that in with what I had already. The sauce that was in it, the juice that was in it was still really good, and it gave it a good flavor. So this turned out really good, and I was real happy with the taste of it. So you just sprinkle all that around. You need to drain, though, if you're going to put diced tomatoes in here, you need to drain it, the tomatoes, before you add it into the salsa that's already been made. I might be shy just a little bit, but I would say 1 large jar of salsa should do you if you're going to buy it already made at the store. Just sprinkle all that around. But I think the salsa that you buy, the fresh salsa that you buy at the grocery store, it's not over where the Mexican stuff's at. It's in the fresh, over in the, I think it's over where the lunch meat and all that stuff's at. But it's really good. Alright, so then, got the salsa on. Now we're going to put the cheese on. Now you can put as much cheese as you want, and this is 4 cheese Mexican style blend. And I've got a cup here, but I already know that I'm going to be adding more to mine because I love cheese. Yeah, see, that's nowhere near enough for me. So I'm going to add some more cheese. The reason you don't want to put your salsa on top is because you don't want it to run down through all the other layers. I mean, like right now you just have beans and guacamole and what was it? Sour cream. So if the juices run off of this salsa, it'll be okay. But it won't be as good if it runs down onto through the cheese. Okay, so I got another half of a cup here. And that should be plenty there. Okay. And then we're going to put the lettuce on. So I've got some chopped up lettuce here. You know what? I'm gonna add a little bit of cilantro in with my lettuce. So I'm gonna chop up a little bit of cilantro here and add that in also, because I love cilantro. I really do like. Now, if you don't like cilantro, of course, you omit it. But I think that makes it look a little bit really nice. So put you some lettuce on there and chop it up pretty good with some cilantro. This looks delicious. I can't wait to eat it. Oh. Okay. All right, so then the next thing is I'm going to chop up some tomatoes. I already washed my tomato. I'm not going to put the whole thing on it, I don't think. As you can tell, I'm one of those cooks that decides what goes on here and how much. I have a hard time following a recipe. But nobody in my family hardly follows recipes, so unless they're baking a cake or something they never made before, most of the time, everybody in my family just cooks it. They don't really have recipes that they follow. You can put as much or as little or no tomato on here as you like. I don't know, we were just always taught how to cook without following recipes. I don't know. We just have a knack for it, I think, or just know how to do it. I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't know why some people need recipes and some people don't. I think it depends on how much you cook. I really do. I think if you cook a lot and you make a lot of homemade stuff from the very start, when you first start cooking, I think that's the difference. Or if you have somebody to show you or help you, teach you, I think that's another difference. So I'm going to put a little bit of green pepper on top of mine too. This is that poblano pepper. I think we're going to be eating 7-layer dip for a few days now. I was going to make a small one, but as you see, it's grown. I can't never make anything small. Everything always grows bigger than what I want it to be. Okay. So there's that. And the last thing I'm going to put on here is some black olives. Now I bought these black olives. It's just a little can. And I poured the juice out of them and I rinsed them out with water a couple of times just to get some of the salt off. Because you have to remember the taco seasoning that we put in the beans has a lot of salt in it. So if you're salt conscious, you have to maybe not want to add these olives because of the package of taco seasoning. And the taco seasoning, also cut it in half. You don't have to use all of that if you have a problem with salt. My husband, he will not eat any of these olives because they're salty, and he's salt conscious, so he probably will pick them off, and that's okay. But I did rinse them, like I said, a couple of times to try to get the extra salt off of them. All right, and I'm going to put a little bit of onion on top, just a little bit, and that'll be it. You can sprinkle some more cheese on here if you want, and I might do that. Let me put a little bit of onion up here. Let me wipe my hands off. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit more cheese on it, and voila, look at that. Does that look delicious or what? Looks delicious to me. I can't wait to eat it. So here it is, 7-layer dip, and you can see the underneath the layers. I have to get a chip and try it. Okay, so I'm just going to use my spoon, and I'm just going to go in, get a little bit of all of it, and just put it up here on my nacho. I don't think I got any. Let's put some more on it. I don't think that's quite enough. There it is. That's what it looks like. Whoops, I lost my olive. Let's stick him back up there. If I can eat this without making a big old mess. Yummy. These are looking good for sure. All right, so I hope you try this. It's delicious. Great for Super Bowl day. Great for any kind of a potluck, or you just want some 7-layer dip for dinner. That works too. All right, anyway. Have a great day. Hope you enjoy. If you watch Super Bowl, hope you enjoy the game, and enjoy your family, your friends, whoever you're going to be hanging out with tonight. Be safe. Don't drive drunk. And count your blessings. Bye.